Stop growing tiny berries. Use this 1-minute ancient secret for giant strawberries. Stop right there. Look at these two. Most gardeners assume the berries on the left are just how they grow at home. But what if I told you that in just 1 minute, you could force your strawberry plants to produce the giants on the right? 2 weeks ago, my strawberries looked just like those tiny ones. Then I applied a simple 1-minute ancient secret. Today, I will show you exactly how I achieved this transformation, giving you the 4 essential pillars for giant fruit and a 7-day checklist to see results by next weekend. No gimmicks, just smart plant physiology. You are probably facing one of 3 common issues. Number 1, your plants are a lush green jungle, but the fruit is small, sour, or non-existent. Number 2, you start strong, but the quality drops off fast. Or number 3, you have tons of flowers, but the small fruit stays small. Comment below with the number 1, 2, or 3, and I will tell you if this fix applies to you. Here is the fundamental truth. Your strawberry plant has a fixed energy budget. Think of it like a bank account. Right now, it is probably wasting 80% of its power. Where does it go? It goes on runners, those long, veiny arms trying to clone new plants. It goes on excessive leaves, creating a beautiful green jungle, but no fruit. And it goes on dozens of mediocre berries instead of a handful of giants. It is trying to be a parent and a producer at the same time, and it has nothing left for the fruit. We need to move your plant from survival mode to production mode. The fix is surgically simple. Let us start with the ancient secret. It is not a magic potion. It is a surgical strike against your plant's energy parasites. Look at this. This is a runner or a stolon. In the wild, the plant uses these to clone itself. But during fruiting season, this runner is a parasite. It is an umbilical cord sucking valuable sugar away from your berries to grow a baby plant inches away. Trace it back to the mother plant. Cut it cleanly about ½ an inch from the base. Do not pull it, as you will damage the shallow roots. The plant is diverting 30 to 40% of its sugar fuel into these. Cutting it instantly redirects that energy to your fruit. The rule is, if it is not a berry and it is trying to run away, snip it. This takes less than 60 seconds per plant. Do this today. Walk to your patch right now and snip every single runner you see. One single cut can mean 30 to 40% more energy for your fruit. That is the immediate fix. But if you want giant, consistent harvests, you need to understand the 4 pillars that lock in this energy redirect. Pillar number 1 is the rule of 1. Now, I know what you are thinking, but I want free plants, and that is where most people fail. They try to grow a nursery and a harvest at the same time. You cannot. By leaving that $2 runner, you are sacrificing $20 worth of premium fruit. The main point is that during peak season, your plant must stay as one single unit. Think of your plant like a battery. A battery can power one large light bulb, which is like a giant berry, or 5 tiny flickering ones, which are the runners. When you follow the rule of 1, the root system only has to support 1 crown, dedicating all its resources to fruit. Check your plants every 3 days. These runners can grow 2 inches in a single night. Keep your snips in your back pocket. After harvest in late summer, you can let it runner again for propagation. But right now, no babies. Once root nodes form, the plant is already committing resources, so you must stay ahead. The rule is simple: 1 crown, 1 focus, giant berries. Pillar number 2 is the rule of 3, which is flower thinning for quality. This next pillar is hard for people because it feels like you are wasting food. But we are prioritizing quality over quantity. Your plant has a finite sugar budget. The primary flower, which is the big one in the center, will always be your biggest berry. The tiny ones on the edges, called tertiary flowers, will only ever become hard, seedy buttons. By removing them, you redirect that glucose into the winners. Look at each cluster. Identify the 2 to 3 strongest blossoms. Pinch off the tiny, late-season buds that have not opened yet. Here is a quick tip. If a flower has a black center, it has been hit by frost. It is a zombie flower and it will never grow. Pinch it off immediately to save energy. The rule is that 3 giants are better than 10 seedy buttons. And remember, do this when flowers first open. Once fruit sets, it is too late for that energy allocation. Pillar number 3 is the nitrogen trap. Let us talk chemistry. Most gardeners in the United States of America and Canada fall into the nitrogen trap. The main point is to stop feeding your plants leaf food once they start flowering. Nitrogen, which is the first number on the bag, builds leaves and stems. If you give a fruiting plant too much nitrogen, you get a beautiful green bush and 0 fruit. To get giants, you need potassium. Potassium is the delivery truck that moves sugar from the leaves into the fruit, making them plump and sweet. Switch to a fertilizer where the third number is the highest, such as a 5-10-15 or 0-10-20. In your local garden center, look for tomato feed or liquid kelp. Apply it as a liquid feed every 10 to 14 days at the base of the plant. This is not magic. It is directing the plant's energy budget through nutrient ratios. Nitrogen says grow, but potassium says fill fruit? You choose. The rule is that green leaves need nitrogen, but red berries need potassium. Pillar number 4 is the deep plump hydration strategy. If you want juicy, plump berries, you have to change how you water. The point is to shift from daily sprinkles to deep soaks. Why should you do this? Because strawberries are 90% water. If you only water the top inch of soil, the roots stay shallow and get baked by the sun. Stressed plants produce small, tough fruit to protect their seeds. Deep watering forces roots down, allowing fruit cells to plump up with stored water and nutrients. Do not use a spray nozzle for 5 minutes every morning. Instead, use a soaker hose for 45 minutes once every 3 to 4 days, aiming for the soil, not the leaves. Let the top 2 inches of soil dry out before watering again. Here is a common mistake alert. Wetting the leaves in humid climates leads to gray mold. Water the roots for minutes, not the leaves for seconds. The rule is that deep roots make deep, plump flavors. I do not want you to just take my word for it. I want you to see it. Here is your 7-day giant berry checklist. Day 1 is the reset. Go outside. Perform the 1-minute snip on all runners and apply the rule of 3 to your flowers. Then, give them a deep soak. Day 3 is the fuel. Apply your potassium-heavy liquid fertilizer. The plant now realizes it does not have to feed runners. Day 5 is the audit. Check for sneaky runners. They hide under big leaves. Snip them. Deep water again if the top 2 inches of soil are dry. Day 7 is the measurement. Look at the primary berries. You will notice they are not just getting redder, they are visibly swelling. That is the energy budget working in your favor. This is not a one-time fix. Repeat this cycle weekly during the fruiting season. This is not a one-time fix. Repeat this cycle weekly during the fruiting season. Here is the proof I promised. 12 unthinned berries from my control plant weigh 4.2 ounces. Now, look at this. 4 thin berries from the same variety planted the same day weigh 6.8 ounces. That is 60% more fruit by weight from fewer berries. And trust me, these are way easier to sell, give away, or just eat without feeling like you are snacking on decorations. To recap, snip the parasites, thin for quality, pivot to potassium, and water deep. This is not luck, it is science. When you stop the plant from trying to conquer the garden, it puts all that love into your breakfast bowl. These 4 pillars will give you 3 times bigger berries. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you growing in pots, raised beds, or straight in the ground? Drop a comment below. I will be answering questions to help you customize these 4 pillars for your specific setup. And here is your homework. Go outside right now, apply the 1-minute fix and the rule of 3 to 1 plant. Leave another plant untouched as a control. 2 weeks from now, come back and comment with your results. Now, having giant berries is great, but what if they are not sweet? If your fruit is huge but tastes like water, you are missing one final secret. Click this next video here to learn how to triple the sugar content of your harvest in just 48 hours. No, it is not sugar water. It is something you are probably already doing wrong. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the garden.